Today's objective is to understand the difference between fair use and copyright infringement. So yesterday we talked about intellectual property having three categories, copyright only being one of them. What do you think copyright protection means? Can I copyright my website? The original authorship appearing on a website may be protected by copyright. This includes writings, artwork, photographs, and other forms of authorship protected by copyright. And when it says writings, so that can include blogs. Procedures for registering the contents of a website may be found in Circular 66, and I clicked on this. There's not too much to read. It talks about fees and where to go to do a copyright. It kind of talks a little bit more about the details of obtaining a copyright. But this list right here is perfect. When in your mind you need to think about what on the website I can copyright and what can I not. So think, write, share, make a list of what you can. Can I copyright my domain name? So copyright law does not protect domain names. If you come up with a really amazing one and you purchase it, the Internet Corporation of Assigned Names and Numbers, ICANN, is the one responsible for that. Now it is a nonprofit organization, so you shouldn't have too much corruption in nonprofits like that. But they're the ones responsible for domain name management. How do I protect my recipe? A mere listing of ingredients is not protected under copyright law. However, with substantial literary expression in the form of an explanation, or when there is a collection of recipes as in a cookbook, there may be a basis for copyright protection. And I think that is a great example to use when you're thinking about coding. Can I copyright the code I wrote? Well, not just a list of ingredients or a list of commands, you can't, but there is a certain stage in your progress of a program that you may be able to copyright and win in court. Everything boils down to being in court, though. Think, write, share, make a list of what you can't copyright. So how do I protect my idea? Copyright does not protect ideas, concepts, systems, or methods of doing something. You may express your ideas in writing or drawings and claim copyright in your description, but be aware that copyright will not protect the idea itself as revealed in your written or artistic work. So the best example I like to use is the idea of Superman. Somebody sitting around thinking about, hey, what if I had this person who looked like a human, but they're from an alien planet and they have these powers. So the idea of someone having powers, like, you can't copyright that. But all the details explained in the comic books of who Superman is and what he does and what he wears, the blue with the red emblem on the chest, like all those details, those are the parts that are copyrightable. Let's say you found a diary from your grandmother. You can register copyright in the diary within a certain duration only if you own the rights to the work. So for example, by will or by inheritance. Copyright is the right of the author of the work or the author's heirs or assignees, not of the one who only possesses the physical work itself. So think, write, share. How do you determine who owns the rights to a copyrightable work? Fair use. So Wikipedia defines fair use as a doctrine in United States copyright law that allows limited use of copyrighted material without requiring permission from the rights holders. Fair use is the copying or using of copyrighted material, images, audio, video, for a transformative purpose. That is, they transform the original work. In general, you could think of fair use as having two categories, one being commentary or criticism, and the other being parody or comedy. So think, write, share. Based on the definition I just gave you of fair use, am I, Mr. Houghton, violating copyright law by making these videos, using Google Slides, and finding pictures randomly online to help me teach these objectives? Justify your position. You may interview me or interrogate me if you find that necessary. YouTube suggestion here, how to search U.S. copyright records online. You definitely want to consider speeding that video up. So let's explore copyright.gov. And as a Think Right Share, once you go to this website, consider sentence starters such as I noticed, or I like, I hate, anything like that will work for a Think Right Share on the website. Now we're to the DOL. What's the difference between copyright and fair use? What elements of your website are you allowed to protect through copyright? What can't your copyright, or what can't you copyright on your website?